Thank you, organizers, for giving me the opportunity to talk here. So, as the title of my talk suggests, I will be talking about the twisted jacket modules for a cuspidal representation of GLN over a finite field FQ. So, let me first start by asking the question, what are twisted jacket modules? So, we have this setup where F is a finite field of order Q, and G is GLN F, and P is a parabolic subgroup of G. So one can think of parabolic subgroups as block upper triangular matrices and corresponding to any partition lambda 1 up till lambda k of n, we can have a parabolic subgroup which is has the blocks each of the sizes lambda 1 up till lambda k. So this parabolic subgroup has a Levy decomposition where we can write P as the semi-direct product of M with N, where this M is actually isomorphic to GL of lambda 1F times up till GL lambda KF, and N is the unipotent radical which has identity on each of these diagonal blocks. So once we have a parabolic subgroup, we consider a representation pi v of G, and we take psi to be a character of n, and we denote the normalizer of this character by m psi, which consists of all those m in m, such that psi of m inverse nm is psi of n for all n in n. So now we consider a subspace V of n psi, which consists of the span of the vectors of the form pi in V minus psi in V for n in n and V in V. And then we define a map from m psi to the space of invertible linear operators on the quotient space V mod V of n psi, as pi n psi acted on at any element m in m at any coset of the form V plus V of n psi is given by pi m V plus V of n psi. Then pi n psi with this space is a representation of m psi, and this is what we call the twisted jacket module of pi with respect to n psi. And then we have some more remarks with regards to this. So when we consider pi and then we restrict it to n, then we can get it as a decomposition of irreducible representations of n, and then we collect all those irreducible representations which are isomorphic to the character psi, and that is what we call pi n psi. In other words, this is the psi isotopic component of the restriction of the representation of pi to n. And when psi is trivial, we call the twisted jacket module as the usual jacket module of pi, which we denote by pi n. So we are interested in twisted jacket modules for cuspidal representation. So let me quickly recall what is a cuspidal representation. So a representation pi of G is cuspidal if the jacket module pi n is trivial for every proper parabolic subgroup P which has a Levy decomposition m times n of G. And there's a correspondence by Green for cuspidal representations for GLN over finite fields. So we take Fn to be the finite field extension of f of degree n. And there's a one-to-one correspondence between cuspidal representations of GLN and regular characters of Fn cross. So what is a regular character? It is a character of Fn cross whose Galois orbit has size n. So since we know that the jacket module of a cuspidal representation is trivial, then the next obvious question is to ask, what if we twist it by a character of n? So in that case, we have a classical result in representation theory for which is the multiplicity 1 theorem for GLN. So we consider the Borel subgroup of G, where this Borel is corresponding to the minimal partition. It's the usual upper triangular matrices, and it has the Levy decomposition T times n, and we take psi to be a non-degenerate character of n which when evaluated at elements of this form is given by the evaluation of a non-trivial additive character psi f at the sum of the super diagonal entries in the element here. So then Gelfand and Grave proved that for any irreducible representation of G, we have that the dimension of pi and psi is less than equal to 1. And in particular, when pi is cuspidal, we have that the dimension of pi and psi is exactly equal to 1. So now we can ask the question that if we change this Borel subgroup, instead of that, if we replace it by any other parabolic subgroup, what is the dimension that one can expect? Is it still less than equal to 1, or what is it exactly? So for this talk, we will restrict ourselves to the case where P is the parabolic subgroup corresponding to the any arbitrary two-part partition of N. Then we have that the Levy subgroup M is isomorphic to GLK cross GLN minus K, and N is isomorphic to MK cross N minus KF, which is the set of all K cross N minus K matrices over F. And we let pi to be an irreducible representation of G corresponding to a regular character theta of Fn cross. And for any A in mk cross n minus k, we let psi a to be the character of the form psi a evaluated at matrices of this type is given by psi f of trace of A transpose X. And in fact, we have that every character of N is exactly of this form for some A in mk cross n minus kf. Then we ask, is pi and psi a non-trivial? Then in that direction, we have a result which actually computes the dimension of these modules. So let rank of A be T, where T is in between the minimum of 0 and k and n minus k. Then the dimension of the twisted Jacobi module is given by this Q part T choose 2 times the product i's from 1 to T minus 1 Qi minus 1 and these remaining polynomials. So then we ask that we in fact note that the dimension in this case is strictly bigger than 1 when rank of A is greater than 0. And one more thing to notice is that in fact it gives the complete decomposition of the restriction of the representation pi to n, because n in this case is abelian, so every irreducible representation is a character, and for any two characters corresponding to the same rank, corresponding to equal ranks, we get that their dimensions are equal, and we get that each character of we get that the characters of same ranks occur with exactly the same multiplicity. So we get the complete decomposition for the restriction of the representation pi to n. And then the next obvious question is, if the dimension is bigger than 1, then what is the structure of pi and psi a as an m psi a module? But before I go to discuss about the structure, the important point to note is how does the structure of m psi a look like? So when the rank of A is T, we note that m psi a has to be a subgroup of M. So the first block is a GLK block and the second block is GLN minus K block. In the first block, we expect the block to actually consist of the parabolic subgroup, which is corresponding to the partition Tk minus T of K. And the second parabolic subgroup is T n minus K minus T, corresponding to the partition T n minus K minus T of n minus K. And then M psi A is actually the fiber product of these two parabolic subgroups. So what does it mean? That the GLT subblock in both these blocks are exactly equal. And once we have that, we will discuss some known results in this regard. So when we have a representation of GL2n, in particular a cuspidal representation of GL2n, and a parabolic is corresponding to the partition NN, and the character is corresponding to the rank N. So then the structure was given by Prasad, and then we had the similar setup as Prasad, where we had the cuspidal representation for GL2n and a parabolic corresponding to the partition NN and a rank 1 character, where we described the structures of these modules, and for n equal to 3 we had some results for the rank 2 case. So one more thing I want to mention is that whenever we have a character psi A, it is actually identified by a rank of A, and when the rank of A is full, for us it will be the minimum of k and n minus k. We call the character to be non-degenerate. In other cases we call it to be a degenerate character. So now coming back to describing the structure of the module. So for us, we have that rank of A is exactly equal to the minimum of k and n minus k, and without loss of generality, we assume that the minimum of k and n minus k is k. So let D be the GCD of k and n, which is strictly less than n minus k. Then the normalizer M psi A is actually isomorphic to the parabolic Pk n minus 2k of GL n minus k. With appropriate identifications, because the GLK block will be identical, and hence this isomorphism is there. And let Steinberg STK denote the Steinberg representation of GLKF. Then we have a theorem which says that there exists a cuspidal representation pi theta tilde of GLN minus KF, with the property that the restriction of the character associated, the regular character associated to this, restricted to FD cross, is theta restricted to FD cross, such that pi n psi A is in fact equivalent to the Steinberg representation of GLK tensored with the cuspidal representation restricted to Pk n minus 2k as M psi A modules. So I want to say something about how we have this representation pi theta tilde of GLN minus k with us. For that, I want to state a lemma which says that if d and n are positive integers such that d is a proper divisor of n, and if chi is any character of FD cross, then there exists a regular character of Fn cross such that the restriction of the regular character to FD cross is exactly equal to the character chi. And for us, we had the that character as theta restricted to FD cross. One question one might ask is that why can't we just consider theta restricted to FD cross and consider a cuspidal representation corresponding to that? That is because restriction of a regular character might not be regular in all cases. So that is why we have this existence of a representation that we need. And once we have a character, since d is less than n minus k in this case, we have a character of regular character of Fn minus k cross, and then we have a cuspidal representation of GLN minus k due to Green, and thus we have this result. So for the degenerate case, we have that the rank of A is T, which is strictly less than the minimum of k and n minus k, and D is the GCD of T, k and n, and we denote the Steinberg representation of GLT by ST, T. So if D is less than T, again we can invoke this lemma and actually obtain a cuspidal representation of GLTF with this property, and then we define a representation rho naught which is given as Steinberg representation tensored with pi theta naught if d is less than t, and if d is equals to t, this is given by the induced representation, induction from ft cross to glt of theta restricted to ft cross. So now one question one might ask is that if why do we have two different representations for GLT? Again, this is because of the same fact that theta restricted to ft cross might not be regular, so the cuspidal representation won't exist. So when d is equals to t, we have this induced representation which is exactly equivalent to this representation that we have here. So we can consider any of that. And how does ft cross embed inside GLT? So any non-zero element x in ft cross maps to the left multiplication map at any, say, a, which is given by x times a. So this embeds inside GLN when x is non-zero. And similarly for GLK and GLN minus k, we have cuspidal representations with the property that theta 1 restricted to FD cross and theta 2 restricted to FD cross is exactly equal to the restriction of theta to FD cross. And in this case, we have a slightly different result because of the fiber product that appears. We have that the pi and psi a tensored with this representation rho naught that we have constructed is equivalent to the representation rho 1 tensored rho 2 restricted to the subgroup m psi a, where this rho 1 is a representation of the first parabolic that we have of GLK, and rho 2 is the parabolic. Rho 2 is a representation of the parabolic that we have for GLN minus k. So for rho 1 is the Steinberg tensored with pi theta 1 and rho 2 is Steinberg tensored with pi theta 2 restricted to pt n minus k minus t. So these are some applications of twisted Jacob module that we have. Since we have some description of the twisted Jacob module, we can actually have a model for this representation pi. For a cuspidal representation, we originally don't have any model for a cuspidal representation. So in that case, what we do is we have that we consider rho tensored with psi of induction from P or M psi with the semi-direct product to N to G. And computing the dimension of these twisted Jacob modules gives the branching rules for the restriction of cuspidal representations to the unipotent radicals of certain parabolic subgroups that we have considered here. And yes, so these are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, Imanshi. Are there any questions? If not, let's thank the speaker.